The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Robinson will try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly. take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13. And the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. First down. Here's the run with Cook. Oh, nice move. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case.
Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This pass is caught by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there. They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's 2nd and 8. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Does a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. Back to the ground with Robinson. And some room to roam now. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. On third down, Robinson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's... Because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a...
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. They'll run with Robinson. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown. Desmond Ridder, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, Johnson. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll throw now on the final play. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Robinson up the middle. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far Every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free. And those ball carriers are getting tagged. If I were them, I'd think very hard about just taking 3 points and taking their dignity and moving on.
And the ball's at the 2, spotted at the 2, so a pretty good chunk to go. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Well, going for Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. He's got room at the 30. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown! They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They start the drive with Cook.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wilson to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Wilson.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Troy Anderson
charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Johnson on the return.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Falcons. Falcons.
Apparently, the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. Ritter will throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Minnesota. 65 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett able to get him for a loss of about 3.
And on 2nd and goal, they decide to throw it again, and this result is even worse. They take a sack. On 1st down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with 1st and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. From 13 yards out. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the 4th and a very critical. He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Keenan Allen, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cook up the gut. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
Throwing is Wilson.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Here's Wilson.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. If they get nothing else here on third down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Throwing now is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man, it's London. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. Well, what a game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession. So a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And, partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. A nice start for them here to overtime, and maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you've just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 136 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
The tackle by Quincy Williams. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The defense coming through there, CD, with a big-time play, and they're getting close here to getting off the field and giving their offense a chance to win this ball game.
Partner, no one's cheering louder after that play than their offensive teammates because they understand how different things would be if instead of going out and needing a touchdown to tie things up, they can run out there with a chance to win the game right there.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone, this thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules would change, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
Handoff comes to Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, here we go. Now it's gut check time. They need to convert here to keep the series and their season alive.
And obviously, this is their biggest snap of the season. And across the line of scrimmage, how about that defense? They feel exactly the same way, and they know they're one stop from celebrating a win themselves.
4th down. Here's Wilson.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
So CD in the postseason, they obviously get the chance to answer that touchdown from a bit ago, but How do they set aside that pressure, knowing that their entire season is coming down to this series?
What a great question, and I don't think that they set it aside. I think that they confront it, and they've done it throughout practice time in preparation for opportunities like this.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Play action. It's Wilson. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Again, Wilson.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
But we know they need a touchdown here to keep their season going. And on that play, wasting no time to try to push that ball downfield, partner.
Yeah, and even though the season's hanging in the balance on this drive, I don't know what you see, but I don't see any fear in the eyes of this offense. They're dialing up big plays, risky throws. They'll do whatever it takes to match touchdown for touchdown. And in this moment, they need to play the best they have all season, and they certainly appear to be ready to rise to the occasion.
6 yards left on second down.
Wilson. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, the change in rules from the regular season to the playoffs at least gave both teams, Charles, an opportunity, but it turns out the team who scored first got the victory.
They certainly did, partner, but it wasn't as simple as getting a quick touchdown and calling it a day, because they need a standout performance from both sides of the ball to earn this win in overtime, and they got it.